It is officially spring, the sun is out, and I love to find ways around the house where I can romanticize the moment and bring in the seasons without overdoing it and consuming a bunch of stuff that I don't need. And one thing I love to do no matter the season is make a simmer pot. And what I love is all of this is from my garden. So I just found the recipe actually on Pinterest. It's just lemons, lavender, rosemary, and then I top it with the cutest little daisies that I bought to plant in the garden. And you guys, the smell of the rosemary and everything mixed in is so good. I then headed over to my local nursery because I wanted to make a centerpiece that was going to last all season. But I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit overwhelmed, so I headed over to Trader Joe's because they never let me down. And who else does this? Who walks out with more florals and flowers than food? Because I am guilty. I am so excited to share this DIY with you because it turned out so beautifully. So do you remember when I shared this vintage stone bowl that I got? I am obsessed with it, and I'll be sure to link it in the description bar down below because it is so good. But you don't need to use this stone bowl. You can grab any container that you want as long as it is waterproof. I then put a calla lily right in the middle because I wanted to have something for height. I then grabbed 5 hyacinths. I opted for the white ones because I just wanted them to be all uniform, but they did have pink and blue, which would be super cute as well. After that, I did end up picking this Irish moss up from my local nursery because I decided to put this in the bottom of it as well because I was hoping that eventually it would just all grow and cover the whole centerpiece. And lastly, you're just going to top it all off with your favorite garden soil. And that really is it, you guys. It is so easy, so beautiful. Every time I look at it, I am just so obsessed with it. And I really think that this would be so cute as an Easter centerpiece. Like if you're hosting or having a gathering, I think that would be really cute, especially with the pink and blue flowers. I would actually love that. But a couple days later, all the flowers were in bloom. I cannot wait to show you. I officially dropped every single thing that I was doing because I just found the most amazing deal on Marketplace. I just can't even believe this. I literally cannot believe that I got this for $20. $20. I cannot wait to show you guys it in Willow's room right now. Can we not? This vintage pine nightstand for $20. This is why I say no space is ever complete because you are always finding and fine-tuning items. This has been such a fun little first week of spring over here in our house, but now let's get back to decorating, or quote unquote decorating for spring. I have had this little accessory piece in my bathroom for almost a year now, and you guys, every single time I add new fresh florals to it, my love for it continues to grow. This is such a unique piece that I think honestly you can use in a kitchen, in a bathroom. It just adds so much character, and what I love is that you just keep changing out the different florals that go in it, and it almost feels brand new every single time, and I am just so in love. Okay, now it is the real star of the show, the best thing that has happened this week, which is actually hard to believe considering that I just found that nightstand for $20. The beams in the dining room are officially up. And if you don't follow me over on Instagram, I'm going to share them with you right now. We added a little construction adhesive. Okay, a lot of construction adhesive to this board because we really wanted to make sure that it stuck to the ceiling and it was not going to fall down. We measured out where the boards were going to lie, and then we just added this piece that had the construction adhesive to the top of the ceiling, and we screwed it in. We did this for all of the pieces and then we just let it dry for a couple hours. While that was happening, we brought in the first beam and oh my gosh, it is stunning. I would honestly never, ever, ever guess that these were faux beams. That is how incredible that they look. I am super, super picky and would never put anything in my house if I did not feel like the quality was there, and the quality 100% is here on these beams. Okay, now the moment of truth, the beam is going up, and honestly, this was so much harder than I thought. These, although they are just foam, this beam is huge and it is very, very long. And honestly, I lack in upper body strength. So for me, I felt like this was very, very heavy for me to hold up. Chris, on the other hand, could probably do it with one arm, but it's so hard to try to like get it in the correct space and have it line up correctly. And this was our very first beam. As we kept going, it ended up getting easier and easier, but the first beam was a lot of trial and error. Once you get into position, you're just going to lift it up, and as you're going to see, the beam is going to basically sit flush with the ceiling, with the piece that you are going to screw in is going to sit directly in the center, if that makes any sense. This part is actually the hardest part, is trying to get it centered, because if you do not measure correctly in the very beginning when you are putting the little spacers on the wall, you are going to have the hardest time. But once you do all that, honestly, the rest is pretty smooth sailing. This is where you just screw in the screw into the little spacer that you put into the wall. And you guys, that is literally it. It is so, so easy. Once you get the first one down, the rest go very, very quickly. And I just love how this transformed our whole space. I cannot wait to do it in the rest of the living room area. And I'll be sure to link everything down in the description box. I would highly suggest ordering samples, because I did not expect to pick this style, but once I saw this one in my house, I knew that it was the one that was going to look the best, and I am so obsessed. So like I said, everything will be linked in the description bar, and I am going to have a whole tutorial on this whole little process so I can have Chris talk it out with me, but I just could not wait to share this space. Now let's put the curtains back together and let's reveal the space in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now it's time to get back to smoothing, sanding, painting, and we'll start hanging the next set of beams. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video.